Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nips here with a brand new video for you guys today. Welcome to the channel episode, whatever, of our RTG. I haven't played this game since probably like Tuesday. Today is now Friday. We didn't play any games because I had already finished Rivals. So like I said before, this is my main game. I play a lot of other games, and so since Tuesday, I've been getting my Frag Punk on. And if you want to play Frag Punk, there's a link in the description box below my Twitch stream. Sorry, I'm talking very fast. I was actually like, it's early. You see the sun's out. Like it's big early. But so today I won't like do something that I haven't done in this game at all, which is basically try out someone else's tactics. Usually when it comes to tactics, I do my own shit. Like I'll pick a formation that I like and then build my team how I want to. I don't build based on meta. I don't build based on anything other than wanting people who I want in my team. So today we're going to try out someone else's tactics for the first time this year, and also finish off our loan with a lot of shelling. So Inception posted a 4-2-3-1 bracket 2 formation this morning. And when it comes to Inception, usually he does reviews with tactics. I don't remember who actual tactics it is, but this is from that Inception video. So I'm gonna try it out and see if I like it or not. I'm not gonna permanently use it. Just want to just try something new other than just do my usual 4-5-1 and my usual 4-3-3. The important thing to understand when it comes to tactics is, just because someone changed their tactics or changed up their formation doesn't mean that they didn't like the previous tactics or formation. So maybe just want to try something different. This is a game we're playing, from September till August, and then we're back on it again with the updated version, a month later. So we're basically, you want to change things up so you're just not playing the same thing over and over again. You want to have a different flow or a different team. Like for me, I have multiple teams. Like I'll show you. We have my main team, which is Joker Benito. You have England's Daddy, which is my USA team. Meta Isn't Fun, which is a team that's like mostly just an actual meta team that I never use, but is there just in case I feel like using it. Then I have my NWSL team, my one issue teams. There's usually always like a one nation objective at some point. So we have a team just in case for that. OBJ team, a team where there's objective that requires you to play like a certain team or certain players, certain league. I use the team for that. And I have my United WSL team, which is a combination team of Man United and the Women's Super League in England. And then I have my review squad. So I have multiple teams, and all these teams generally play a different way, other than like some, like I use the same formations for my England's Daddy team, my main team, and I use the same for my NWSL team, except they're my main teams. Meanwhile, my review squad and my meta squad uses 2 striker formations. They're different. So like I had a video recently where someone was like, hey, did you change your formation in your second and third game? And I was like, yeah, it's a whole different team. My main team was the first was used in the first game that we played that day, and that was a video that I recorded like right after my live stream, so I was super tired. So I only played that one game, and then went to bed. So the next day I have finished doing the Taram SBC for the Kefram and Marcus, and I was like, oh, let's try these people out. So we put them into our meta team, which again, every formation that I have here is all 2 strike formations. I have my 4-4-2 here, my 4-2-4 here, whereas my main team, all of these are 1 striker formations that play just like the 4-3-3. As I said before, all my formations play damn near exactly the same. So look at my actual tactics. So you have my 4-3-3 bracket 4, my 4-3-3 bracket 2, 4-1-4-1, and a 4-5-1. All of those play damn near exactly the same. Ignore the exclamation points because the players aren't in your position because of the tactics doing I won't say review. I don't do tactic reviews, but the other thing to understand when it comes to tactics is just because because a lot of people, I look at the comments. I don't usually watch tactic reviews to like learn tactics. I watch them just for entertainment purposes. But I look at the comments and see people like, oh, I tried these tactics, I lost 4 straight games. These are shit. And it's like, that's more of a you thing than the tactics not working, because you have to understand, everyone has a different play style. Everyone cares about certain things when it comes to what they're trying to achieve in each game that they play. So when it comes to tactics, what I do in my game isn't the same thing that you do. So why it's important for you yourself to figure out what your playstyle is, and then watch tactic reviews if you want to learn tactics that fit what it is that you do for your playstyle and what kind of players that you use. Because you have to curate what your team is based on how you play the game. For example, I keep packing center backs who are stopper plus and ball playing defender plus, but they don't have defender plus. So I evoed Robin because he does have defender plus. We packed this Dragoson dude And honestly, I haven't used him yet, but his name is cool as shit. So I was like, yeah, I'm using this dude in my team. I don't care, I'm using him in my team. But he also has Defender Plus, whereas like Militao doesn't. So, you know, even though Militao is more meta, he's more expensive, he's a better player overall, I'm more interested in people who fit my team, not people who fit the meta, not people who fit anything else other than they fit my team. And you have to do the same thing. You got to figure out what fits your team, who fits your team, and who fits how you play the game. We don't all play the game the same way. You know, like a lot of time I'll see people in like Boris chat and he'll say he doesn't like a player, and people are like, well, how come you don't like that player? This player is this player is that. It's like, because he doesn't gel with that player. His play style and how that player plays are different. Even when it comes to like when Boris really likes the 4-2-4, and someone's in the chat like the 4-2-4 is trash, I don't know why you like that formation. It's like, and Boris put like a whole little, you know, yap sesh like I'm doing right now, talking about, you know, people having different opinions and people, you know, jello with different formations. Just because you don't like a formation doesn't mean that it's actually a bad formation. Just because you like formation doesn't mean that it's actually, you know, anything other than your own issue. You have to understand that your experience with this game, your experience with any player, your experience with any tactic is strictly based on just you. It's not everyone's experience. You know, like for example, I tried Jude Bellingham as a box to box and he fucking sucked. So like I have no interest in Jude Bellingham because, you know, the game wants him to be played against a cam, and that's why roles are important. You know, because this game wants you to focus on roles. You know, so if players doesn't have the roles for what you're doing, they might struggle. It's not a guarantee they'll struggle, but they might struggle because their AI is based on the roles. So Jude at box to box was a struggle to me. And then, you know, to try to see what else is going on, I did watch like JFC made a video. He talked about, he was like that he used Jude in the box to box as well and had the same issues. And so in his comments, is saying the same thing. So it's like, okay, so it's not just me. So you will have people who have the same experience, but I guarantee you to see out there who's like, yo, Jude and box box is great. But anyways, for RTG, we're going to try out this formation. We'll get into you know, the tactics in a second. If I don't like, right now we're playing it exactly how Inception had in his video, but if I don't like you know, how it plays, I'll do my own thing with the same formation and see, you know, just kind of like a compare and contrast if I enjoy my version better. So going into it, he had it set to balance high with a 70 depth. And then he has the striker on advanced 4. I prefer poacher, but you know, we'll see how it plays out. He has both the left and right mid on wide playmaker plus. Not plus, but if you had a plus, get him on plus. And attack, I prefer inside forward. So we'll, like I said, we'll see how this plays out. If I don't like it that way, then I'll change it to how I prefer it. He has Bamonti on playmaker. Well, he doesn't have Bamonti. I have Bamonti on playmaker, but he has this as playmaker as well. He has both his CDM set to roaming. He has both fullbacks on a wing back. He has both his defenders on Defender Plus. He has his keeper on keeper. So we can try it out that way. This is how it looks with the ball. He looks a little bit like Bamonti kind of gets a little further up. Guijarro and Flint drop back a little bit. One of the things that don't get mentioned enough is the bottom of the screen where it shows you like what the flaws of your formation is. I think those matter more than people think. Like if you're having issues in the game, if you're struggling with something, take a look at the bottom of your screen in your tactics window and see if those are the things that you have issues with. You know, for example, this sense of formation will struggle with dependency on possession. You know, so it's basically saying like, you know, if I don't have the ball, I'm going to struggle. You know, it also says lack of attacking options, basically saying like, hey, you kind of have like your striker isolated, so you won't have as many options on attack as you might want. It also says inconsistent build up. So like you look at something like that and it's like, okay, if you have those issues in game, the game's telling you why. So if it's a big deal, then change the information or how you play the game to where that doesn't become an issue for you. But anyways, it's been 9 minutes into a yap session. Let's get into some gameplay.
Let's hope we're not disappointed. Foden.
Nice from Taylor.
Well, she really deserves credit for that challenge.
With that Gareth Bale speed.
Bale. And a chance to whip it in here. And giving the ball away.
We saw Gareth Bale go. You just speed boost. Yeah, we just got speed boosted. What is that touch from Bell? Holy, this game's so bad.
Martinelli. A very effective challenge put in.
Yo, that the delay in passing right now is so bad. Like I hit the button to do something and the game like just immediately freaking stops. That bounced off my player and still like kind of acts like a regular pass.
The ball with Chiesa. Martinelli. And space to cross it. Gallo.
We're getting speed boosted.
And a goal.
Oh, he scores 2 speed boost goals.
Bale. Not forcing the issue. Great composure. And the shot.
Oh, she hit the bar. Wow.
Well, able to survive that attack. Bale threading it through.
A lot of shelling, gets a goal. Build play was nice there. We're struggling with, like, he's able to just run through our freaking defense, so that's kind of the issue.
But this game is very much a contest again.
Oh my god, Shelling, go to the center, dude. This Bale card, like he loses the ball easily, and it could just be like something else with the freaking game. Oh, she misses that. She gets the rebound though. Tie game. Yeah, Bale's movement is weird. Something wrong with the card is so in terms of like his performance. He just moves weird. The tactics wise, Shelling, like she's never in position to where I want her to be in. I feel like that's just the advanced forward being advanced forward. Like she keeps coming to the middle of the freaking field. She keeps going to like where the freaking the wingers are. And it's like I don't want her coming to the freaking winger.
Well, I think you could call that an escape. It looked a certain goal. And playing it through. And effectively parried away by the keeper.
Oh my god. It's the pen. The pen. We force ourselves in.
This to give them the lead again.
He hesitated. He hesitated. That was just all fight. We fought for the freaking to try to get the goal there. They didn't freaking a pen. Nice from Thuram. We're gonna win this game now. Nice comeback W even with a red card. Yeah, he stopped moving. He's not even trying anymore. He's probably freaking mad as hell. Alright, we gotta make a change because Lenormand has a freaking red card. So we gotta put Militao in. We're gonna put Yedlin on the bench as well because we need the Kim. So yeah, pretty much all we're doing if in mission. We're changing out Robin because he had a red card. You know, worth it. To be honest with you, we stopped the freaking goal. I'll take any kind of foul if it stops the freaking goal from happening. Yeah, let's get back to the game. Spurs fan who calls himself Ange Ball, no Spurs players. But he got one. He got a doggy. He won Spurs player. Entire team. One Spurs fan. I think that ball did not go anywhere near where we wanted that ball to go. Taylor wins the ball. Making it hard for him. Love her. Trying to go to. Oh my god, man. We're trying to go to Bell with that ball. Wouldn't have been all sides if it goes from passing it to. Like it's literally only all sides because we passed the ball to the wrong person. Oh my god. First of all, trying to go to freaking somebody else with that. You red times a freaking shot. Just all outside trap spam.
And the Raptors have it back. Shelling.
Cool. A lot of shelling. It's offside trap spam.
She had other options here, but she chose.
This game has so many mechanics in it that freaking helps it freaking protect people who freaking play bad defense. It's all also I trap spam is just people with bad defense, and they want to pull their players out of position, but they want to do it without the consequence. So they all side trap. Something wrong with like doing it every now and then, but the spam literally exists for the purpose of freaking, you know, I'm trying to protect myself when I'm, you know, pulling players out of position. It just bounces off. She wins that ball, and what does it do? It bounces off of her. I have nothing for this freaking like defense that he has right now.
Taylor Corniak.
It's too much. Too much pressure.
Over it comes.
Taylor flank go.
And there's another one. Valuable breathing space for them now.
I saw it coming. The second I saw like how she was aligned, and it was a goal. All right, after 2 games, the formation has been, you know, pretty decent. The defense has been really, really good. Like, yeah, we had that the first game where we went down 3-1. 2 of the goals that guy scored was freaking from speed boost goals. The other one was just a counterattack pace goal. No big deal, you know, it is what it is. But the second game, the defense was on lockdown. So for the most part, I think the formation is okay. I just feel like there's just a lack of attack. You know, I've been scoring freaking, you know, feel like from my previous years, I've been scoring like 5-7 goals a game. My expected goals this year is like 5.5 goals. We're not scoring as much as formation because it definitely doesn't seem like it's that attack heavy. I think that's because primarily your attack is coming through your cam and your striker, whereas like your wingers are just playmakers. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it up to being more in line with how I play the game, which is, you know, basically having my wingers as inside forwards and my striker as a poacher. So I'm going to put Bamonti on shadow striker, by the way, too. So when going to you watch him freaking do it. This is no bullshit. I know some people freaking feel like, you know, people lie about their tactics. They show you something different and then play something else. So no, that's not what we're doing. We're going to go in here, change these to inside forward. Might put him on inside forward balance and inside forward attack. Trying to think. Put the lot on fullback, defend. What I might actually do is rotate that and put him on attack. All right, so that's how teams going to line up. What I might also do is put one of them on freaking holding instead of having, you know, both of them on defend. So our left side looks a little open, but you know, the negatives to this will be limited playing space, lacking wide options, and a lack of attacking options, which might change if I decide to just go full on attack with right here. So yeah, predictable possession, lacking wide options, so it becomes a little better. Yeah, I think I like this more because it gives us a bit more attack powers. Let's try that and see if it's way more attacking than what we're dealing with.
Really going to be of concern to the keeper, that one. Diogo Dalot.
Yo, the delays, dude. The delays are wild. You're playing with high ping this game. You got 70 freaking ping right now.
Who has the ability to dominate any game. She looks as though she's really up for this one. Well, what? And in with a real chance. A goal in the early
Player locking.
Precisely what they had been planning.
Not going to beat that.
And the ball is moving again. Will there be a quick reply?
Player locking might as well be freaking co-op.
Certainly needs to be. Aitana Bonmati. And Yedlin here. Bonmati. Is this the moment?
Oh, Swanson, no. The rare Swanson whiff.
It ended up being a simple claim for the keeper. Well, a good place to win. And will it
A lot of shelling ties the game.
an end-to-end game, and they weren't behind for long. So back underway. One goal apiece here.
Yeah, look at how like my player loses the ball right there. Just crazy freaking distance between her and the freaking ball.
Promising, but they got nothing out of it. Oh, fancy footwork. Guijaro. The Raptors did well to regain control of the ball.
Most of Gareth Bale.
That was.
You see like how we have way more attack options now.
And they'll get ready for the throw-in.
Just I'm trying to go to Flint, who's right in front of me. It's gonna lead to a freaking goal. This game's passing will fuck you every single time, dude.
Textbook defending inside the box.
I'm trying to pass people who are directly in front of me. And this game's like, nah, we're not gonna allow you to pass people who are directly in front of you.
Well, the fans want to see it.
Like again, I'm trying to go to someone who's in front of me. Game, they're right here. Oh, this game's passing is so fucking bad. We must give a goal there both times because this game's passing is so shit.
Decent position.
It's all sides.
Unable to hold his run, and that's
Like they're right in front of me. I'm not hitting freaking for weighted ball or through ball. I'm just tapping A, someone who's in front of me, and the game's like, oh, you want to pass it freaking all the way over there, right?
Swanson. And a fine tackle.
You should have put more on that ball. Trying to go to Shellon with that.
Attack.
We had 3 scoring chances we don't get because this game's bad passing.
For the
And twice almost get a freaking goal because the game's bad passing. Like, holy man. We should have put this guy away already. This game's passing is fucking me.
the cut back. And they might forge ahead.
Ah, get baited. Swanson goal.
And no wonder she's off celebrating.
I'm trying to bait him, make him think it's gonna freaking nigga run with Balmonte and pull his players out of position. He ignored the fact that Swanson's like wide open. See, if she wasn't an inside forward, she wouldn't be in a position. Inside forward is the reason why she's even in a position. If you had her on the same stats we had, the same thing we had her on before, the wide playmaker, she would have been freaking, you know, a little too wide for that.
And the Raptors pushing forward with options available. Bale!
It's a Gareth Bale goal, assist Swanson.
2 goals in a matter of minutes. Incredible stuff.
And again, inside forward is why they're in the position. He would have been very, very wide and not in that position. We have all 3 of our strikers are pretty much near each other. Just asking if we can sub out Dragusin, who's still like, you know, not even near freaking tired.
For this match.
This guy bites at every single like it's so fucking funny because he bites it.
Now, oh, she's in here. Still could be
Cool.
dangerous.
4-1.
Goal!
He's out of here.
Looks easy when you can put
Yeah, I was like we did the same thing twice. We literally take a player and just bait him to pull his players out of position so he can freaking move the ball. So we did it with Balmonte before and Elizabeth Swanson goal. So right there with Gareth Bale, we're literally just dribbling, trying to like draw him out of position with Ashley Cole. So DeAndre Yellen can make a run. So Yellen makes a run. He thinks I'm going to pass to Yellen, but he's like, fuck it. I'll just defend against Gareth Bale. So he just immediately passed to freaking Yellen, which at least that build up play. These people aren't patient. Like if he was a patient player, he probably would have freaking been able to beat me if he was patient, but he wasn't freaking patient. All right, outro time. Let's wrap up this video and talk about the squad. So when it came to the 4-2-3-1 bracket 2, I think it's a pretty decent formation. I think what's really good about this formation is, you know, you can rely on it defensively. You know, like you might get burnt on, you know, maybe like a well-placed through ball or, you know, a lob through ball. But for the most part, you have a lot of like defensive options here, especially because you have, you have Patry on holding and you have Taylor Flint on holding. It could be anyone in these positions who have, you know, holding plus. So they're going to lock down that midfield. If you have good defending, you know, center backs, you'd be in good shape as well. Robin and Dragosin were getting it done, and they don't even have freaking chem styles on them. So like they're not even like we can put shadows on them, which I will once we finish Morgan. We can put shadows on them, and they'll have you more pace and have even more defense. But even without it, they were doing very very fine. DeLong, we have him basically being our fullback, so he's playing defense on that left side, and he's doing really good as well. In the first two videos, he's on wing back, so he's more overlap fullback than anything else. But generally, when it comes to if you're looking for formation that's like defensive, this is something that can be a bit defensive, because you do have those two extra defenders when it comes to your CDMs. You put your fullback on defend, and then he'll also kind of play as like a secondary, or when you say secondary, like a third center back. And then when it comes to the attack, I feel like there wasn't enough there wasn't enough options in build up when it came to like actual attacking inside the final. So I switched it to inside forward, and we got that. Like, so here's what I was saying. When it comes to comparing inside forward to wide playmaker, if you're someone who likes to cross the ball, if you're someone who likes to do the lob through balls, then I would say those are better. Or if you just want your wingers just to stay out wide, like that's just what they do. If you're someone who wants your wingers to stay out wide, inside forward, they come inside. So basically, if I'm dribbling the ball with Swanson and she's getting surrounded, then Shellen's near me so I can get her the ball. And it was the same happens with Shellen. Gareth Bale is also pretty close by, so I can get him the ball. But at the same time, if you're someone who's trying to work with like say Trivelas or Finesse Shot Plus, wide playmaker will also be good in that situation, because you just have them on the wings and just spam those finesses to spam those finesse shots. I don't generally spam finesse shots or finesse in Trivelas. I'll shoot them if I see an opportunity for them. Like we did score a finesse shot with outside the box with Shellen. So I don't rely on it that much. But if you're also someone who does, then wide playmaker will be better in my opinion. I think this is more balanced when it comes to the fact that we're not committing a lot. Like when it came to the tax Inception showed. It had both your fullbacks on wing back, and it had both your wingers on wide playmaker. It had it had your strike, your cam on playmaker, and it had both your CDMs on roaming. I felt like the issue having both on roaming is that a lot of the times in those first two games, both Giharo and Flint would be in the exact same position, which was not good, because what that meant was there would be like a gap on that right side. It will be basically just be like Yedlin and Bale will be by themselves to kind of like defend and build up play on the right side by themselves, because with both of them on roaming, they tend to go to where the ball is, right? So both of them were on the left side trying to get the ball, and then if the opponent notices that and they pass the ball, then just leaves the entire right side open, and have to rely on freaking Robin Lenormand to defend against that by himself essentially. So like again, I'm not saying that it wasn't good. We won both those games. We had a comeback in the first game. Like it's a good formation, and the tactics themselves were good themselves. But for me personally, I just feel like this plays a little bit better. It just feels like I won't say like it's like a more attack heavy formation. I feel like the one before is more balanced. This is more attack heavy in the sense that we do have those inside forwards. That's just how I see it, because again, with ball, DeLong goes on, basically becomes a third center back, and Patrick Giharo, and like we have four attackers essentially, five if you account the fact that Yellen will go up there as well. It just played right. It played very very well, and I enjoyed it for that fact. I haven't played the 4-2-3-1 at all this year, so even when it comes to like the regular one where you have the cams, I haven't really played the 4-2-3-1. Like I said, I've mostly been playing the 4-3-3 and 4-5-1 and 4-2-4. But I enjoyed this. I might actually leave this in here. Like I said, I tend to have for this. It's my main squad, my Jogo Benito squad, my main squad. We tend to only have one striker setups in here. You see how all these are one striker. Yeah, I might leave this in here. Maybe we'll change some things up. Like I said, we will have Morgan done by the time you see the next video potentially. So she'll probably be up here with Poacher Plus. And I don't know if I want Pamati on Shadow Striker or not, but we'll see. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. I would say the general ratings, if I gave a review score for the tactics that we used, I'd say about an 8.5. And then when I changed it, I'll say it's a 9. But that's because it plays more on play style. There's nothing wrong with the tactics themselves. Just it plays more on play style. You have to build your team to fit how you play the game and how you your team. If you have certain players, you're going to be wanting to build the team differently, and your tactics be differently. And again, roles matter a lot, in my opinion. There's people out there who don't think roles matter. I think roles matter a lot, and you should make sure that your team. You don't have to have a full team of pluses or even pluses, but you want to make sure a good portion of your team is rocking some pluses because it benefits. Because again, EA they invested their time, they invested their resources, invested their money into roles. They're going to want people to focus on these. Your AI will be weaker if you don't have the pluses. That's just how the game works. Every now and then your AI will be fine, especially if they have the base version, but the AI behaves better with the pluses and the plus, because EA is investing in that, and they're going to make sure they want you to care about it. So they're going to intentionally nerf how AI behaves without pluses, so they can make sure we the players are engaging with their new systems. So that's why you should care about it. I've had experiences myself, like I said, with other players who, when they don't have the pluses, the AI tends to derp out. But I've also experienced where the AI is fine. Like, we don't have DeLont on a plus at all for fullback. He plays just fine. Even when we had Militao and when Robin had his red card, Militao was fine. But again, generally, like I said, more often than not, you're going to want that plus in all positions. But anyways, I've been your boy, AnubisArchangel. Hope you all had a good rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe, look at your games, have some fun, enjoy yourselves. Don't just sit there and copy YouTube tactics and not know what you're doing. Don't sit and complain that the tactics weren't good for you. It might not fit your style. This is just something I was trying out. Then I probably will go right back to my 4-3-3 and my 4-5-1 after this, because I just prefer those more. But I might revisit this tactic at some point again, just because it is a decent defensive formation, even when it comes to end game, because you can't switch your tactics in game. If I'm playing with my 4-3 bracket 2, for example, or 4-3 bracket 4, and I feel like I want to close the game out, so I got the lead and I want to get a little defensive, maybe I'll pull this out to try to close the game out with a little bit something more defensive. But yeah, that's enough yapping from me. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Being boy, deuces.